talk about your life. Because remember, she won't, especially if it's a traditional marriage, she won't really know that much about you. Maybe it's a good thing. Okay, or talk about yourself, spend the night, do ibadat, talk about your, practical future aspiration. Tell her what you. I mean, you've already done something already before when you first went to see the woman, but now you can do it in a more intimate. Because over there you have to have some kind of decorum. Now you can do it at a more intimate level. Like, these are my aspirations, and don't give her a shock that you've said something over there. And so now I've tied you up. You might now you've got nowhere to go. So this is actually really what I am. Don't do that, because still she can leave you if she's very strong. She can leave you. So you talk about your practical future aspirations, about children, about what you want to do, and let your imagination. I mean, I don't need to tell you, this is not a textbook answer. As far as sexual ethics and transparency amongst the spouses is concerned, I would like to mention a bit about this. Forgive me for being so crude. In my years of marriage counseling, I found that over 50% of the marital problems that people bring to me are not superficial. They say that, oh, he doesn't spend time with me, or he doesn't do this, or she doesn't do that for me. These are all superficial. These are small screams. If you really dig deeper, then you'll find that behind every single superficial argument, a woman is not being sexually satisfied. And this is, I'm talking from experience, over 50% of the time. I mean, one brother who I was talking to, and I put this question to him, and I said, well, you've got this really serious marital problem. Are you satisfying your wife? I told him straight. I said, well, we just had sex, didn't we? Well, maybe you did, but was she fulfilled? Maybe you did that, but was she fulfilled? Imam al-Ghazali says that when a husband and wife, the biggest ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is when a husband and wife, they come to a climax together. So the thing which I would like to mention to the brothers and to the sisters, more to the brothers, because the brothers are not as shy as the sisters. A woman, by her nature, by her very beautiful nature, will not talk to the husband in that way. She will not get satisfied sexually, but she will not complain until there will come a time where the woman will just burst and she can't hack it. Okay, this is something that we men, because we think that we are sexually satisfied, we understand, and we've had sex or whatever. But you have to understand the woman's point of view, and maybe if you do have problems, maybe you should get some help from elders. But what you need to do is, on the wedding night, you need to open up to your wife and make her feel comfortable, and make her feel that if you have not sexually satisfied her, that she can talk to you about it. Make her feel good about her sexuality. Because a woman, by her nature, by her beautiful nature, even to her husband, if she finds that her husband will make joke out of her, or her husband will kind of condescend her, oh, well, yeah, right, we had great sex, didn't we? Condescend her, she will never open up. She will close. Okay, so the husband, as the brothers, you should take the lead and go forth. So transparency is really, really important. Iqbal, how much do we have? We don't have much left because it's only one page. So shall we just finish the whole thing and then we'll wrap it up? Yeah? Okay. The next stage, which I call the chalte stage, right? Chalte stage is that you've gone past the honeymoon stage. Does anybody know why honeymoon is called honeymoon? Does anybody know why it's called honeymoon? No? Well, I mean, in English tradition, it was a tradition that when a couple used to get married, then the father, again, this comes down to the dowry. The dowry is not the mahar, the dowry is the jahez. That the bride's father used to present the husband, the newly wedded couple, with 1 month of honey supply. That was the English tradition. And one moon or one lunar moon is a month. Okay, and that's why it's called a honeymoon, a full month of honey. So that's where it comes from. It's like everything is sweet. Somebody said, money is sweeter than honey. Okay, then we've got the five. So this is the chalta stage where you've gone past beyond the honeymoon stage, and now you start looking at yourself. You know, because you remember I said when you were in this honeymoon stage, and even before that stage, you always thought about the other person. You always had your best kind of dress on. You always had the best cologne and the best perfume. But now, you know, life is getting kind of, you know, normal. Yeah, it's not all that. You know, you should just move on. You know, this is what people think. But what you have to understand, is that it's not falling in love. Is not a mujahada, because anybody can fall. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Anybody can fall in love with anybody. You're falling in love. That's not a big mujahada. The mujahada is maintaining and keeping that love. Okay, because the falling in love, that happens without you kind of doing anything. Your heart takes over to you. Yeah. But when life becomes normal, how do you maintain that love? How do you maintain that love? That is the mujahada. Okay, that is why married life is also, I mean, libas, your clothes, you have to do some effort. You know, the very least that you have to do is you have to pick that clothes up and put it on yourself. Okay, you have to take it off yourself. You have to have that effort. Similarly, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Nisa'ukum harsul lakum, that your wives are like your field, the very least that you do is you have to cultivate, you have to irrigate, you have to plow, you have to sow. You have to do all of these things to make your yield really, really good. So there has to be some kind of effort. You know, you can't just say, some people, what they do is they basically, you know, some people are just in love with love. This whole idea of, I'm in a Rapunzel and I'm a damsel in distress and a Prince Charming is going to come and whoop me off my, But some people are just in this kind of Disneyland. In reality, it's not happily ever after. Do you notice that all the fairy tale books, they say, and they got married happily ever after, and it stops there? What happens afterwards? It doesn't. Nobody tells you that. Okay, so that's what I call the chalta stage, where marriage goes on. So let's look at how we can revive that. This is for those brothers and sisters who are already married, and for those brothers and sisters who are going to get married, so that you can be aware of it. This is a book by somebody called Dr. Gary Chapman. He's become a millionaire now, writing this book. And he's made this kind of, and there is a whole test assessment. I mean, at the end of this, there is a website that I've given. You can actually test, like the way that we have languages. I can speak Arabic, I can speak Bengali, I can speak Urdu, I can understand Farsi, I can understand all the Arab dialects, I can speak English. Like the way, but obviously all of them are not of the same level. Okay, all of them are not of the same level. So similarly, people have different language of being loved. Okay, maybe the way that I feel loved, maybe my wife doesn't feel loved with that same language. So everybody has got different language and different vernaculars in that language. And one way of knowing your spouse's primary love language is by knowing about the thing that they complain about most. One of the ways of knowing is that when you are complaining that your wife is not doing this for you, maybe that is your primary love language. When she's always complaining that you're not doing that, or you're not doing that, or you're not doing this, then that's her primary love language. But mainly there are five. This Dr. Gary Chapman, he found that there are five languages of love. First of all is words of affirmation. Sometimes like the spouse, they like it when their husband or wife say, you look really, really beautiful. Or I like the way that you dressed, or I like your eye makeup, or subhanallah, you're so clever, or these little things. Sometimes women, they dress up for their husbands, and and then the woman asks after, this is not my case, so please don't judge me on this. I'm quite particular with these. Okay, so she'll say that, did you notice my eyeshadow? I say, what eyeshadow? Or did you notice the dress? What dress? The one that you bought me. Did I? Do you understand? Things like that. You need to make that effort. It's not, these things don't maintain anything. A house, if you don't clean that house for a while, it'll get dust on it. So in a marriage, you just can't let things go chilte. You need to maintain that. And it's a mujahada. You need to always do it. I mean, if you're going to be very, very egocentric and you think that, in Bangladesh, women are like this, and they, what if I got married to a Bangladeshi woman, she would have been serving me left, right, center. Then go to Bangladesh and get married. Don't get married here, right? And the chances are that nowadays in Bangladesh, they're more advanced. Okay, so So you don't always think about yourself, you think about the other. So words of some people, their primary love language is they like being told that, oh, you look really nice, or oh, mashallah, this is, or little cards where you know, say you're the best husband in the world, or you know,